So in chapter 6, we will talk about examples of continuous probability distribution. Last time we talked about examples of discrete probability distribution اللي هو الباينوميال واللي هو الجيومتريك واللي هو البواسون distribution. In today's lecture we'll talk about examples of continuous probability distributions. The two types that we will talk about today, the first of all is what we call a uniform distribution. It's a very easy and basic distribution. Then we will talk about the most famous distribution of all, which we call the normal distribution. Then we will talk about area under the normal curve, application of the normal distribution, then approximating the normal distribution with the binomial distribution that we took last time. So let's start by defining the uniform distribution. Now the uniform distribution is a very easy thing. I'm talking about a period or an interval of time from A to B. Now the continuous function defined by 1 على B minus A for x between a and b and 0 otherwise is what we call the uniform distribution. Now for an example, here they give you this example. I'm talking about a function defined on the interval from 1 to 3. The function in that case defined to be 1 على b minus a يعني 3 minus 1 for the x's between 1 and 3 and 0 otherwise. So this is my uniform distribution function defined as 1 على b minus a, and it is a 1 and 3 in this case and a 0 otherwise, and we call it the function f of x 1 and 3 in that case. Okay, الصفر يعني صفر. It is just 1 على 3 minus 1 من 1 إلى 3 و 0 otherwise. هذه معناها otherwise. So the function is 1 over 2 for the x between 1 and 3 and it is 0 otherwise. This is my function and this is the graph of the function here. From 1 to 3 it's defined to be half, as you can see, and otherwise it is 0. So this blue line represents all the distribution that we have. It's this straight line, this blue straight line. From 1 to 3 it is half and it is nothing, 0 for all other areas. Okay, so for the uniform distribution the mean is given by a plus b على 2, depend on what's a, b, and the sigma square is b minus a square over 12 اللي هو الvariance. Okay, so for my example here, if I ask you to find the mu it is a plus b over 2. So what's my mu here? For this example, what's my mu? A is 1, B is 3 over 2, so 4 على 2 it's equal to 2. قانون للuniform distribution. The sigma square given by b minus a square over 12. What's my b? 3. What's my a? 1 square over 12. So 2 square يعني 4 over 12, so 1/3. It's the rule, dear. Why 12? It's the rule. It's the rule. b minus a على 12 square. It's the rule here. So this is important for multiple choice question. They could say you have a density function given by the uniform distribution on the interval 1 to 3. What's the mean? Okay, you have a density function of given by the uniform distribution on the interval 1 to 3. What will be the mean? What will be the variance? This could come as a multiple choice question. Here's one more example. Suppose that a large conference room at AOU can be reserved for no more than 4 hours. Both long and short conferences occur quite often. In fact, it can be assumed that the length x of the conference has what? A uniform distribution on the interval 0 to 4. So my interval here is 0 to 4 and my distribution is uniform. So I know all the forms that I have. I know that my fx is nothing but 1 على b minus a for the x between a and b, and it is 0 otherwise. Okay, so it's what? 1 b is 4, a is 0 for the x between 0 and 4, and it is 0 elsewhere or otherwise, we say. So this is the function. In A, what's the probability density function? It's given by the uniform distribution there. The uniform distribution على الانترفال AB قانون واحد 1 على B minus A لما الإكس between A and B والباقي 0. هذا القانون. If they say it's uniform distribution. Now the interval is the interval 0 and 4. So 1 على 4 minus 0, 4 over 4 for x between 0 and 4, and 0 elsewhere. هذا قانون الديستريبيوشن fx. Okay, this is part A. What's the probability density function? ايش الفانكشن؟ ايش الدensity function؟ لأن it's continuous. Okay, so this is the answer here. Now for the B, for the part B, what's the probability that any given conference lasts at least 3 hours? ايش يعني at least 3 hours؟ يعني أقل شيء 3 hours، يعني greater than or equal to 3. I want the probability of x greater than or equal to 3. يعني 3 and something and so on till I maximum reach 4, and my interval is from 0 to 4. As you can see here, my interval is from 0 to 4. So maximum it is 4. I want from 3 to 4 then. I'm talking about a continuous random variable, so we need to talk about the integration. The integration then from 3 to 4 of the function, which is 1 over 4 as we get in part A. The integration of 1 over 4 is 1 over 4x from 3 to 4. 4 minus 3, 1. 1 over 4 outside, so the result is 0.25. The result of the integration is 0.25. In part C, what are the expected duration? The word expected معناها I'm talking about mu, the expectation اللي هو mu, and the variance, so I'm talking about the sigma square in this room. Since it is a uniform, I know in the mu is A plus B على 2, and I know that sigma square is B minus A square على 12. What's my A? 0. What's my B? 4, as I can see here. Substitute with all the values, get the mu, get the sigma square. Okay? Any question? If any specific question, ask me, please. If anything specific, ask me, please. What part is not clear? we do the integration لأنه يبغى ال probability for greater than or equal to 3. إحنا لما كان عندنا probability in chapter 3 when we want the probability of greater than 3 كنا نسوي integration. greater than 3 معناها الانتجريشن من 3 إلى نهاية الانترفال اللي هي 4 of fx. okay. أنا ما أبغى probability 3 بس أبغى greater than or equal to 3. so لو كان discrete كنت بتكلم عن sum يعني مثلا 3 و 4 و 5 و 6 بس هنا it's a continuous so it's integration. so it's from 3 to 4 then. why to 4؟ لأن الماكسيمم is 4. I'm talking about from 0 to 4 بس أبدأ بالزيرو أنتهي بالفور otherwise كله 0. so for greater than or equal to 3 the integration is from 3 to 4 للfx. the integration of that one is this. okay. Now let's go to the normal distribution. Let's go to the normal distribution. The normal distribution here we have the following point. It is the most important continuous probability distribution in the entire field of statistics. This is the most important one. Put in your mind that the normal distribution has the bell shape. Okay, it has a bell shape. It is asymmetric. And it describes many phenomena that we have in nature, industry, and in the research. Many things in the nature, many things in the life, many experiments that we do follow what we call a normal distribution. For example, if I'm talking about the grades of the student in the exam, the grades should follow, they must follow the normal distribution to say that the exam is fair. What does it mean? معناها the high grades I have a little, the low grades I have a little. okay. most of them concentrated in the middle. The most are in the middle. okay. so in this case they have a normal distribution. high a little, the low is a little, and most of the grades must be in between, which is in the middle. so this is what we call the normal distribution. so many phenomena in the nature, in the industry, and in the research follow what we call the normal distribution. now for example, now physical measurement in areas such as meteorological experiments, the rainfall study also, it should follow the normal distribution. The measurement of manufactured parts are often more than adequate, explained with a normal distribution. okay. also, if we have errors in any scientific measurement, you are doing an experiment, there should be an errors. We can fix the errors by making or forcing our result to follow a normal distribution. okay. sometimes, for example, they are measuring the rainfall. so they have some errors that make the shape is not exactly having the normal distribution. They can fix this by changing, by normalizing the result, we say, by changing the distribution to be a normal distribution. This is how the normal curve looks like. As you can see here, it's having a bell shape. To the right we have the high values, to the left we have a low values. Most of them are in the middle, giving me this dome that you can see. The center of the data, نص الداتا is the mean. صح ولا لا؟ The center of the data, I've always telling you that the center of the data is my mean. So here at the middle exactly I have the mean. And the standard deviation, not sigma square, the variance, the sigma, the standard deviation here, give me how far I go to the right and to the left from the center. So my sigma show me how far I go to the right, how far I go also to the left. Also here I have the same sigma. It show me the variance, we say, it show me the deviation of my distribution. So the mu is the center and the sigma show me how far I go to the right and to the left from the center of the data. The rule for the normal distribution is the rule that you can see here. The normal distribution, I use the letter n of x mu sigma is 1 على square root of 2 by sigma e to the power minus 1 over 2 sigma square x minus mu square. Don't worry, no need to memorize this one, because later you will see that we have a table that help me get the results of the normal distribution. Are you following up with me? Now the pi is 3.14. You can find it in the calculator. And the e, the exponential, we used it before in the Poisson distribution. It is the value 2.71 and so on. All of them can be found in the calculator. And the x travel from minus infinity to infinity. As you can see here in the graph, my x جاية من بعيد ورايحة إلى بعيد، صح ولا لا؟ So I'm traveling from minus infinity to infinity with my x here. المين الزميو نفسها، والسيجما سكوير هي السيجما سكوير نفسها. اوكي، اي علامة بالضبط؟ هذه سيجما. اي علامة؟ ماني فاهمة. انفينيتي، انفينيتي. اللي هي الانفينيتي، هذه انفينيتي. ميو ان رمز للنورمال ديستريبيوشن. انا انستد اني اقول اف اكس ميو سيجما اعطيناها اسم خاص زي الباينوميال كنا نسميها بي، والجيومتريك سميناها جي، والبواسون بي. اوكي، فالنورمال ديستريبيوشن ان. هذه باي، هذه باي. No need to worry about memorizing this one. You will see later that we will use a table to get directly the value. Not easy to integrate this one، صح؟ ما هو سهل إن احنا integrate الexponential هذه. So we have a table that will help me to get the probability. The probability هو الانتجريشن زي ما شفنا في الإكزامبل من شوي. The probability مثلا لما قلنا probability of x greater than or equal to 3 is the integration من 3 to 4. طيب if I'm talking about this complicated function, it's not easy to find the integration. We have a table that help me. Now here in this graph, they are showing you two different normal distribution. السنتر للdistribution الأول ميو 1 والسنتر الثاني ميو 2. السيجما 1 والسيجما 2 نفس بعض equal، لكن السيجما 1 less than سيجما 2. السيجما اللي هي اتساع الكيرف، السيجما توريني اتساع الكيرف نفسه، اوكي؟ والميو توريني ان رايح على اليمين او رايح على اليسار. الميو 1 less than ميو 2، فهذا الميو 1 at the left of ميو 2 as you can see. السيجما 1 والسيجما 2 the same، فشايفين how the two curve have the same shape، نفس الاتساع للبيل، صح ولا لا؟ لأن السيجما 1 is equal to sigma 2. You are following up with me? Is that clear? Good. Now in this example they are giving me again two normal curves. الميوز نفس بعض. mu 1 is equal to mu 2, so the center is the same. لكن السيجما 1 أكبر من السيجما 2. sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2. يعني الاتساع للسيجما 2 is more than sigma 1. So this is sigma 2. And here is my sigma 1. شايفين؟ السيجما 1 is greater. اتساع البل is more, but the center is the same. They are trying to show you the effect of the sigma. السيجما small معناها الكيرف مرة مدبب. السيجما big معناها الكيرف مرة متسع. السيجما 2 أكبر، صحيح، لأن هنا علامة الأكبر جاية على السيجما 2. And now in this example they are showing you again two distributions. Each one of them has a mu 1 sigma 1. بالضبط اتساع الكيرف هو السيجما. ميو 1 أقل من ميو 2، فهذا ميو 1 أقل. أنا أكبر لما أروح لليمين، صح؟ مش أنا أكبر لما أروح لليمين؟ فميو 1 less than ميو 2 والسيجما 1 greater than سيجما 2. اتساع السيجما 2 is more than the sigma 1. So this is the distribution, or this is the bell shape comes from those two distributions. ننتبه ان السيجما not السيجما square. show me the الاتساع اللي قلت لكم الاتساع عندنا. Okay, so this is very important in one thing. You remember in the first chapter, let me give you this note. You remember in chapter 1, okay, you remember in chapter 1 when we talk about finding the the s square, صح؟ الاس هي نفسها السيجما سكوير والاس هي نفسها السيجما، صح؟ السيجما more سيجما معناها more variability، يعني اتساع اكبر، صح ولا لا؟ فلو كان عندي مثلا two distribution the first one sigma 1 the second one with sigma 2. إذا sigma 2 greater than sigma 1 معناها الاتساع للdistribution الثاني more than the first one. So this is what you can say about it if they ask you to elaborate about it. Sometimes they may ask you to explain the result that you have. So two distribution with one sigma more than the other one means the variability is more of the second one. Okay. Now the area for على حسب السؤال دير، ها هنا اللي مفتوح عند علامة الأكبر انتو you are confused على علامة الأكبر. اللي مفتوح عند الأكبر معناها هو الأكبر، صح ولا لا؟ اللي مفتوح عند الفم احنا نسميها هذه زي التمساح، صح؟ It's an alligator. The open mouth at the greater one. معاي؟ So كذا معناها ان السيجما 2 أكبر من سيجما 1 وهنا برضو هنا السيجما 2 أكبر من السيجما 1. So the probability for x between x1 and x2 نعرف ان it is nothing but the integration من x1 to x2 ل fx dx ماخذينها من قبل في chapter 3. Probability from x1 to x2 is the integration. The integration is nothing but the area under the curve that we have. This is the bell shape. This is x1, this is x2. The shaded area here in blue is the probability. This is my probability. Now here the probability for different normal curve. لو أنا عندي x1 إلى x2 and I have the two curve. For the first curve the probability is this part, but for the second curve the probability is all of this. So for different normal curve, the probability is different from x1 to x2. Okay. Now we know what does normal distribution mean. Now we will talk about what we call the standard normal distribution. The standard normal distribution is a normal distribution with a special case with the mu is 0 and with the sigma equal to 1. Right? It is a normal distribution, but it's a special case of normal distribution where mu is 0, where sigma is equal to 1. Okay? So why is that? If I change this in my formula, where's that one? If we go back to our formula here and we change mu with 0, we change sigma with 1, this will make this look better, صح ولا لا? This will be easier and the table will be minimized to one table only. The normal curve will be only one normal curve with the mu equal to 0 and with the sigma equal to 1. We will see later. Now, the standard normal distribution table indicates the area under the standard normal curve corresponding to probability of Z less than Z. Now, this is the part where we need to go back to the book. Okay. Why it's like that? A bit with. Okay. So you can see can you see the table here? This is a table you can find in the book. Okay, this table gives area under the normal curve, So in the exam, no need to worry because they will give you the part of the table that you will need. شايفين معي التable? Now this table give you the probability less than Z. The most important point is that this table give me the probability less than Z. في الكتاب في table greater than Z. في table in between 2 points. اللي يهمني إن I'm talking about less than Z. Okay, so this table has a 2 parts, part for the positive values of Z and a part for negative values of Z here. Okay, and the most important thing is that this table give me for Z less than Z. ننتبه إن في standard normal distribution we refer to the variable with Z. For the normal distribution, not the standard, we use the letter X. For the standard, we will use the letter Z. Put this in your mind. Okay? We will see what does it mean. التable يعطيني كل probabilities that I will need. From the table, you will give you, it's gonna give you for all the values of Z from minus 3.49 to 3.49. From the table directly, I get the probability of Z less than small z, a value that he's gonna give it to me. If he want me to find the probability for Z between two values, Z1 and Z2, this is a probability Z less than Z2 minus probability of Z less than Z1. So the less than minus اللي في الجريتر تنعكس إلى less. less دائما أقدر ألاقيها في التable. Less than I can find from the table now. This I can find it from the table. In the exam, they will give you the part of the table that you will need. They will give you like 4 lines of the table so that you can get the result that you need. Now, the probability of Z greater than, now Z1, it is 1 minus probability of Z less than Z1. And this is, I can find from the table. Greater than ما أقدر ألاقيها في التable. So we need to make it as 1 minus probability of Z less than Z1. Let's see an example here. To illustrate the use of the table, let us find the probability of Z less than 1.74. So I'm looking for a probability of Z less than 1.74. التيبل يعطيني probability of Z less than Z. طيب ايش الزد هنا؟ 1.74 صح ولا لا؟ So I need to go to the table أدور على Z equal to 1.74 positive. So راح أحتاج ال positive part of the table. Check the table here. I couldn't enlarge this one. You can see it. Where is I'm looking for 1.74 صح? In the right corner. Okay. Good. So in this table, I'm trying to find 1.74. At the left here, those are the values of Z. I can find 1.7. Can you see? Can you look at the cursor? I found 1.7 only here. Okay, and then 4, I need 1.74, so let me move till I meet the 4. So the value is what? 0.9591. The value is 0.9591. Okay, that's it. That's it. So the answer here is that the probability of Z less than 1.74 is 0.9591. The trick is not here. أرسل لكم إياه, no problem. The trick مش إنه to search in the table. The trick on how to change it to be less than. Okay, and later you will see إن أحيانا يعطيني ال X, I need to change it to be Z. راح نشوف examples. So to find now the opposite thing, لو أعطاني ال value of the probability and they are asking me to find Z, can I? Yes, I can. مثلا أعطاني ال value هذه 0.8485. It is 1.03. So also the opposite is possible, and you will see that you have a kind of organization here in the table. It is kind of easy to search. I'm looking for 0.8 something, so this is the 0.8. Here I have the 0.5. Here we have the 0.9. Okay. So here in the following example, they are asking me find the Z value. يبغى Z, ما يبغى the probability. Corresponding to a given probability, the process is reversed. For example, the Z value leaving area of 0.2148 under the curve to the left of Z. يعني to the left of Z, يعني less than Z. We must make sure it's to the left. It's equal to 0.2148. They want me now to find the Z. You need to go to the table. Put in your mind the number that we have. It is 0.2148. It is in the minus part. So you need to go to 0.2, 2.148, 2.148, and find it's equal to what from the table. You can do that? Okay. So you will get that this equal to minus 0.79. So my Z, this value happen when Z is equal to minus 0.79. Now, if I have original normal distribution, I want to distribute the original and transform normal distribution now. If I have x, I want to change it to a standard, then x has a mu, has a sigma, which are not 0 and 1. I wanted to change it to z with the mu 1, with a sigma mu 0 and sigma equal to 1. So how can I do that? We change x to z by taking away mu and dividing by sigma for each x. في الإكزام يعطيكم part of the table اللي راح تحتاجونه، مش كل التيبل راح يعطوكم، no need to worry. So to change the x to z, minus mu divided by sigma. Okay? Just wait, we will have a lot of examples, just wait. So to change it to be standard, it's not standard, it is just an original normal distribution with a mu, with a sigma. I want to change it to z. Why I want to change it to z? لأن أنا قاعدة أعتمد التيبل حق الزد. التيبل اللي عندي table z, where mu is 0, where sigma is 1. So this is how we change, this is how we standardize the distribution that we have. Even the z1, it's x1 minus mu على sigma. The z2 is x2 minus mu على sigma. Example. Now this is an example similar to the same things that could come in the exam, by the way. You ask me how questions comes? Something like that. Given a standard normal distribution now, it's a standard, صح؟ قال لي إن it's a standard, so I can directly use what? The table. No need to change it to be standard. أعطاني إياه في السؤال standard. Find the area under the curve that lies to the right of 1.84. To the right يعني إيش؟ على يمين. يعني I'm talking about probability of z greater than 1.84. طيب التيبل ما يعطيني إلا less than، صح؟ التيبل ما يعطيني إلا less than, but I know إن 1 minus the probability of z less than 1.84 is same as that one. ممتاز. Okay. Now this is something I can directly get from the table. I'm looking for 1.84. Go to the table. Positive 1.8 وين؟ شايفين الكورسر؟ Can you see my cursor? This is 1.8. اللي سألني قال ما فهمت. هذا ال 1.8 أنا أبغى 1.84 معناها move لحد ال 0.04 اللي هنا. So 1.804 is what? Can you see? What's the answer? 0.967 and 1. 1.84 1.8 من هنا وال4 راح اجيبها من هنا. تقاطعهم مع بعض. The intersection give me the answer. So the answer is حق this part is 0.9671. طب don't forget ان it is 1 minus this one, so the result is this. ممتاز. I'm gonna send this to you and you can find it in the book as well. In part B now, they want me to find between z minus 1.97 و z which is 0.86. سامر يعني logically أنا بقول لكم احفظوا الجدول هذا logically بقول لكم احفظوه كمان يعني لا يعطيكم جزء من الجدول. انا قلت الحين 20 مره لحد الحين انه يعطيكم جزء من الجدول اللي انتم محتاجينه. الجزء اللي انتم محتاجينه، حتى هم ما راح يكلفون على نفسهم يطبعون لكم ورقتين زي كذا، صح؟ راح يعطونكم part of the table بس. ايوه جزء من الجدول اللي انتم محتاجينه بس راح يجي لكم. Go ahead هديل. Ask your question. البوينت 04 شايفة اللي فوق، شايفة الصف اللي فوق 0.00 اللي هو الجزء من 100، البارت اوف 100، هذا الجزء من 100. الجزء الكامل والجزء من 10 موجود عندنا في العمود. في الصف هنا راح نطلع الجزء من 100 ويتقاطع، نقاطعهم ويميت. من هنا نمشي ونقاطعها مع البوينت 04 يطلع عندي الجواب. واضح ايش قال لي؟ ها شايف الرقم؟ ايش الرقم؟ 1.84 to the right of Z which is 1.84. ال 1.8 وهذه الفور، هذه الفور اللي جبتها بعدين من الرو. بالضبط بالضبط. البارت بي now يبغى ال probability between minus 1.7 what's that ال probability between minus 1.97 Z and 0.86. اوكي ايش اتفقنا؟ هذا equal ل probability Z less than 0.86 minus probability of Z والأكبر لأن حطيت لها minus بتصير less than minus 1.97. كل واحد من هذا بالتيبل. Each one of them can be found بالتيبل. مثلا 0.86 let me go to the table. وين 0.8؟ هذا 0.8. 6 نروح لل6. So this is the result. It is 0.805 and 1. So 0.8051 بالضبط. وبعدين less than minus الحين راح احتاج التيبل حق الماينس. It is minus 1.97. table الماينس minus 1. It's what? 18. So 197. This is the 19 and I need the 7 from up. 19 and here is the 7. So what's the value? بالضبط. This is the value that we get. So substitute with the value, subtract, get the result that you are looking for. It's 244 ولا 25? Come on. 1.9 7 244. نهى وملاك إن شفتوا اللي قبلها لا it is 0.0244. easy and straightforward ها easy and straightforward ما فيها لف ودوران جدا واضح ويكون معطيكم التيبل فنوعا ما ال values clear for you ما فيها أي complication. Now one more example given standard معطيني again it's a standard it is a Z يعني directly I can get it from the table. The table will give me the probability of Z less than small z. Find the value of K such that probability of Z greater than K is 0.3015. Okay. So just give me more 10 minutes and we can go to break. Okay. So I'm looking probability of Z greater than K. I know in Z greater than K is 1 minus probability of Z less than K. صح؟ صح؟ لأن greater than k is not in my table, so I must write it as 1 minus probability of z less than k. This equal to 0.3015. نقدر نخلي هذا in one hand side كأنها equation less than k equal to 1 minus then 0.3015 ولا then probability of z less than k is 1 minus الرقم هذا. Okay, you will get this equal 2.698 and 5. Now from the table نروح وندور على ال 0.6985 ونشوفها قدامك ايش. So you will get إنها قدام ال k اللي هو 0.52. You need to practice doing this yourself. من التيبل ال 0.6985 قدام مين؟ قدام ال 0.52. وفي الإكزام it's gonna be easier لأن أصلا التيبل limited. So you will find it in front of you. You will get the answer in front of you. Okay? In B, probability k less than z less than minus 0.18. هذه I know I can change it to what? Probability z less than minus 18 minus probability z less than the k. And I know this equal to 0.4197 as they give me. صح? This is the unknown. This is something I can find from the table. Okay, so I can get that probability of z less than k is nothing but a probability of z less than minus 0.18 minus الرقم اللي معطيني اياه 0.4197. From the table you will get that less than minus 18 is this value minus the amount here, give me this. So you will get this equal to 0.0089. Is it clear? I need to go to the table here and get the probability of z less than minus 0.18. Go to your table, minus 18. دوروا لي على minus 18. minus 1 و 8 صح؟ minus 1 and 8 this value صح؟ 0.4286 minus 18 it is a 0.1 و 8 together this give me 0.486. So this is the value I need to check to get my k. برضو go to your table, try to check and find this. راح نلاقيه في minus. So my k you will get is equal to minus 2.37. I want you to check that you can get that. Okay? It is in the minus part, as you can see. Okay? So you want a break now? A break? Any question before I go to the break? In example 3 now, we have a random variable x. Notice they are using x now. They are not using z. It have a normal distribution, not the standard, not the z. It's x now. But the mu is 50. They gave me the mu. And it's not the standard. If it's the standard, the mu is 0 and the sigma is 1. But in this case, I have a mu is 50. And the sigma is 10. My mu is 50. My sigma is 10. And I'm talking about x. Find the probability that x assuming a value between 45 and 62. So I'm trying to find the probability of my x between 45 and my x less than 62. This is what I'm trying to do. For x ما أقدر أجيبها من التable. So we need to change this x to z. How to do that? It's the probability of 45. What's mu? 50. What is sigma? 10. نطرح mu. نقسم على sigma to change to z. We do this for all the terms that we have. We do that for all the terms that we have. So now, let me move this. I cannot. This is less than x minus 50 على 10 less than 62 minus 50 على 10. This equal to minus 0.5. The one in the middle is my new z. The one here you will get equal to 1.2. Okay, clear how I did that? If you calculate 45 minus 50 على 10, it is minus 0.5. If you calculate 62 minus 50 على 10, it is 1.2. So now my z is between this one and this one. Using the rules we learned, this is a probability z less than 1.2, which we can find from the table, minus the probability of z now not greater than, it will be less than عشان صار minus z less than minus 0.5. Again, I can get this from the table. Getting the result of this minus this gives you the final result. Clear the idea? So mainly we are using this rule. We are doing this for all the terms that we have. Now again, this is an example of something come in the exam. Okay? This is an example of things that could come in the exam. Here is one more example. We have x is a normal distribution. It is x, it's not z. So we need to change this to z equal to x minus mu على sigma. What's my mu? It's 300. What's my sigma? It's 50. شلون ما في صوت؟ في صوت ولا لا؟ في صوت. Okay. So it is x minus 300 على 50. This is the rule I'm using. So find the probability x, assume value greater than 362. So I'm looking for a probability x greater than 362. ما أبغاها x, أبغاها z. So I talk about x minus 300 على 50 greater than 365 minus the same 300 على same 50. طرحنا 300 وقسمنا 50 لكل الأطراف. This will give me probability z greater than the amount is 1.24. Now the greater than مش direct from the table. It is 1 minus probability of z less than 1.24. Now this is a direct from a table we get. You will get the result is 0.8925. Subtract from the 1, give you the result. Clear the idea? The idea is clear for you? لأن ال greater than is not in the table. رنيم احنا we said in the table not giving me the greater than. The table يعطيني less than. So to convert it to less than it is 1 minus. ننتبه ان احنا عندنا 3 main rules. أول شيء ممكن يكون يبغى probability of z less than z وهذه على طول من التيبل. ممكن يبغى probability of z greater than z. في الحالة هذه I need to write this as 1 minus probability of z less than z. الكيس 3 لما يقول لي between z1 and z2, in this case it is z less than z2 من التable minus probability of z less than z1 and again from the table. أي شيء normal distribution يا سامر على طول table. Okay, أي شيء normal distribution على طول table. كيف إني أنا direct I'm gonna find it of the table لازم يكون less than. وإذا ما كان less than أنا I change it to be less than. Okay. ايوه يعطي نفس الحالة. اذا حولناها الى زد هي اكس وحولناها الى زد يعطينا نفس الناتج على طول. شايفين تسلسل بالبوينت. هذا اعطاني probability x greater than 362. ما يطلب رسمة في السؤال. لا طبعا ما في رسمة. Now pay attention to this one. Given a normal distribution, normal يعني ايش؟ x ولا z؟ لما بس normal with mu 40 sigma 6 على طول هذه x. ف I change it to z by applying minus mu اللي هي 40 ونقسم على sigma اللي هي 6. والرول عندي ان انا z will comes from subtracting 40 على 6. Find me the value of x يبغى that make 45% of the area to the left. To the left of z is the thing that I can find. So أنا أبغى probability x less than something مثلا k, which is same as the probability of z less than a number, not the same k. Wait. I want 45% to the left. يعني z less than something is equal to 45%. 45% معناها 0.45 صح؟ This is what I can find of the table. They give me the question in x, but the table will give me for z. When you search the table, you will get that your k here is equal to minus 0.13. When you go to the table, when you search, you will get that z is less than 0.13. طبعا ال 0.13 related ل z. I want it to be to x. عشان أغير من x إلى z نطرح 40 ونقسم على 6. طيب لو أبغى ال x it is 6 في z plus 40 ولا بالضبط. So the opposite, if I want x out of z, it is 6 في z plus the 40. So amount هذا related to z, so multiply it with 6, add 40 to get the amount with respect to x. So my x is 39.22. Okay. Now 14% to the right. يعني I'm asking about probability of z greater than k equal to 14% 0.14. أبغى أطلع ال k and again the same thing, then change it to x. Now greater than k can change it to b of z less than k, and here we have 1 minus 0.14 ولا بدل ما انها greater I'm changing to less وتصير 1 minus. So I'm looking for probability Z less than K اللي من التable, and this amount is 0.86. From the table you will get that this K is 1.08. ال 1.08 اللي هي ال K related لل Z. So from here multiply it with 6, add 40, you get the result with respect to your X. Okay, have a look and let me know if you have any question. You need to read it again and again, and it's easy, believe me. It's very easy. Now we have a certain type of storage battery that lasts on average 3 years with standard deviation 0.5. شايفين؟ ايش يعني on average؟ On average يعني this is my mu. It's 3. And the standard deviation اللي هي sigma is 0.5. Okay? So clearly this is assuming that the battery life is normally distributed. يعني I'm following the normal distribution. The good thing in normal distribution is that they are giving you in the question that it's a normal. You don't have to guess. They are saying it's a normal or it's a standard. So this is my mu, my sigma. From here I know that the Z is x minus 3 على السيجما اللي هي 0.5. This is the rule I'm following to standardize, to make it as a standard, and then find it directly from the table. Find, you can hear me? My voice is clear? Okay, I thought I disconnected. Okay, good. Find me the probability that a given battery will last less than 2 years. So I'm talking about the probability of X less than 2.3. It's an X هنا and a normal. Change it to a standard. So X minus 3 على ال 0.5 less than 2.3 minus 3 على ال 0.5. الحين في الستاندرد راح يكون قايل لي في السؤال انه ستاندرد، ولما نورمال راح يكون قايل لي انه نورمال. لما ستاندرد على طول we can go to the table. لما نورمال بس ما هو ستاندرد لازم نغيره الى ستاندرد، نستخدم الفورمولا هذه. Okay, so this gives me the probability of Z less than, and the amount here is minus 1.4. Now this is something that we can find from the table, and here is the result. You will get that the result is 0.0808. Okay, Z is something that we can find from the table. X ما عندنا التيبل حقتها، عندنا التيبل حقت Z. So if they give me X I need to change it to be Z. My voice is clear? My voice is clear? Okay. There is one more example, one more real life application here. An electrical firm manufactures light bulbs that have a life before burnout that is normally distributed with mean equal to 800 with the standard deviation equal to 40 hours. Find me the probability that bulbs burns between 778 and 834. Clearly we need to change this to the standard X minus mu اللي هي 800 على السيجما اللي هي 40 بالضبط. So the probability X between 778 and 834. The probability من 778 and 834. I can change this to probability 778 minus ال 800 على 40 less than ال x نشيل منها 800 ونقسم على 40 less than ال 834 نشيل منها 800 و divide by 40. كل الأطراف سوينا فيها نفس الشيء. In the middle it is z. هنا it is minus 0.55. هنا it is 0.84. Okay. So now it is in between two things. So it is less than 0.85 minus less than the minus 0.55 and table. You get the result, subtract them to get the result here. Okay. يعني تقريبا النمط مشابه، تكرار زي ما انتم شايفين، فكرة واحدة وقاعدة تتكرر. صحيح. X لأن it is normal distribution. قال لي إن it's normal distribution. لو قال لي standard normal distribution بحط Z. بس قال لي normal distribution وعطاني ميو 800 وعطاني سيجما اللي هي 40. لو كان standard الميو راح تكون 0 والسيجما راح تكون 1 صح؟ بما إن في ميو وفي سيجما يعني قاعد يتكلم عن X. لو هنا بيكون يتكلم عن Z. Okay. Now the next idea is approximating the binomial distribution by the normal distribution. Do you remember last time we talked about the binomial distribution? The binomial distribution is whenever you are repeating an experiment for n time, okay? And you have a success with the probability P. You have a failure with the probability Q. Do you remember? From here we have the binomial of x, n, and p. Okay, this can be approximated with the normal distribution. The normal distribution is with z and mean 0, standard normal distribution actually, and variance 1. Okay, so we change this to this, and this should happen when n is very big. The binomial can change to a standard normal distribution when n is very big. Now we know that for the binomial the mu is m في p and that the sigma square is m في p في q صح ولا لا؟ منها the sigma is the square root of mpq. Okay, so the z change is the z minus mu على sigma. What's mu? mp. What is the sigma? The square root of mp. So this is the change we are using to change between being binomial to be standard normal distribution. The change is by subtracting mu على sigma. My mu here is m في p. My sigma is the square root of mp في q. This will change the normal x to the standard normal distribution. The binomial x to the standard normal distribution. Example. In the following page, they are showing me how the results are same or very close when we we use the binomial or when we use the standard. They are trying to show me and the results are equal. In this example, we have binomial x 15 and 0.4. So what's my mu? The mu is 15. With sigma is the sigma square هنا. Sorry, sorry, not the mu. This is a binomial. هذه ال N وهذه ال P. Okay, so the mu اللي هي ال M في ال P بالضبط. ال N هي ال 15 وال P is 0.4. So my mu is 6. If I multiply N في ال P, this will give me the 6, which is my mu. And my sigma square is M في ال P في ال Q يعني 15 في ال 0.4 في ال complement حق ال 0.4 which is 0.6 صحيح. And this give me 3.6. منها sigma is the square root which is 1.8, 9 and 7. So this is my mu, this is my sigma. If I'm changing to a standard, the z is x minus mu اللي هي 6 على sigma اللي هي 1.897 صح ولا لا؟ This is how we change it to a standard normal distribution. This is the form I'm gonna use here. So they want me now as a special case to find the probability of x equal to 4. If you remember from last time, the probability of x equal to 4 is 4, binomial 4, 15.4, the result is 0.1268. If I want to find the probability of x equal to 4 using the normal distribution, we can say it is for x between 3.5 and 4.5. Yeah, you can go. I'm recording, so you can go. So the probability of x equal to 4 is the probability between 3.5 and 4.5. Now change the x into z by subtracting 6, dividing by 1.897. This is the result that you are getting. Now this is probability of z less than minus 0.79. Minus probability of z less than minus 1.32. The results from the table طبعا, and this is the result that we are getting here. Now compare the two highlighted with yellow results. You can see that they are almost the same. Yeah, I'm recording there. هنا أعطاني as a special case I'm trying to find the binomial of 4. Question. This is a question. Now another example, if I want the probability for x between 7 and 9. Pay attention here. This is another example. Probability for x between 7 and 9. For the binomial, it is a probability of 0 to 9 minus probability من 0 to 7. I told you this is something you can find from the calculator. From 0 to 9, from 0 to 7, subtract and get the result that you can see here in the circle. If I'm talking about it for the normal distribution, probability from 7 to 9, now 7 minus 6 على 1.897 less than or equal x minus 6 على 1.897 less than or equal 9 minus 6 على 1.897. This will give you the z. So 0.26, 1.85, cut this into 2 less than probabilities. From the table, get the result, and this is the result that you are getting. Can you see the two results? They are kind of very close to each other, so this means that the approximation is valid in that case. طبعا the bigger is your size, the more that you can approximate to a normal distribution without losing some values of the probability. Now here they are showing you. Can you see the rectangles here? The rectangles are the binomials. If you join the middle of each one of the rectangles that you have, it is a normal distribution. شايفين? So we can approximate this into the normal distribution, as you can see. Now here they are showing you example of binomial and the size is 6 and binomial with a size 15. شايفين the size is 6, so it is not that much normal. With the size 15 it is more like a normal. طيب لو size 50 لو size 100 it is more and more looking like a normal distribution. Clear? Now the last example is something we did before. We did this example when we talk about the binomial, but they are trying to show you now that you can do this using the approximation of the normal distribution. Probability that patient recover from a rare blood disease is 0.4. So the probability, the P is 0.4, so my Q is 0.6. If 100 people are known to have contracted this disease, so the number N is 100. So على طول mu is M في P, with sigma square is N في P في Q. M في P is 100 في 0.4. M في P في Q is 100 في 0.4 في 0.6. You will get that mu is 40. You will get that sigma square is 24, so the sigma is 4.899. So الconversion هنا التبديل عندي راح يكون x minus الميو اللي هي 40 divided by the sigma which is 4.899. So هذا القانون اللي راح استخدمه للconversion للapproximation. Find me the probability that fewer than 30 survive. Fewer than 30 survive يعني less than 30. لو binomial راح أتكلم عن السم من 0 إلى 30 صح ولا لا؟ لو binomial it's the sum from 0 to 30. Now if I'm using the normal it is the probability of x less than 30 نطرح منها 40 divide by 4.899 all the terms. So it will be Z less than minus 2.14. From the table directly you can get the answer is this. يعني ما يعني usually ما يطلب صراحة إذا طلب لأن احنا عارفين إن احنا we have the calculator. الكالكوليتر تجيب لنا من 0 إلى 30 فماني مضطرة to convert. Just in case they ask you to convert. طبعا if you are doing it manually it's easier to change it to the normal. But we have the calculator. I think you can find it as the binomial and it's not gonna be difficult for you. Any question? يعني usually to use